Hey peeps, welcome back to another video. Today it is my 2021 Make 9 fabric picks. Now if you remember from my 2020 Make 9 video, I did say that if I didn't succeed last year then I wasn't going to do it this year, and I've just done a review video of my 2020 Make 9 and I managed a grand total of 2 things out of the 9. So I definitely failed at that. I made 125 things, 126 things last year, so I made a lot of things. But I, for some reason, did not pick up the Make 9 fabrics that I picked for myself. The initial challenge was kind of pick 9 patterns that you're going to make this year. I tried that a couple of years and it didn't really work for me. I didn't manage to complete it. Then I tried picking a general idea of the things I wanted to make, so trousers, tops, underwear, that kind of thing. That didn't work either. So last year I picked fabrics thinking, I can do this, fabrics will be easy. And yeah, 2. I managed 2 of them. Last year I said that if I hadn't completed my Make 9 that I wasn't going to do one this year, and I've decided that I love the planning aspect of it and I love the idea of putting it all together, and I really want to succeed at least once with Make 9. I want to tick all 9 off. So this year I have picked 9 fabrics. In fact, I got so carried away with my concept this year that I actually picked 18 fabrics, but I'm only going to show you 9 of them now. If I get these done, then I'll show you my second Make 9 picks later on in the year. But I thought, given that I haven't managed to do 9 for the last 4 years, then 18 this might be a little bit over again. Yeah, you get what I mean. So yeah, this year I've picked 9 fabrics, but I have made a collection out of them. If you guys have followed Emily Hallman on Instagram and her blog, you know that she loves sewing in collections. I sewed a collection, I think it was July 2017, based around the Cobra Corsage fabric. I really like that idea of sewing. I'm currently working through my 70s pirate capsule collection at the moment, which I am loving. I like the idea of sewing in collections and ending up, when you've finished, this kind of rounded wardrobe of things that go together. Up until this point I have been very scattergun in my approach, just like, oh, I like that and I like that, so I'll put those together. The things that I have made kind of have no cohesion. I make a lot of dresses and I make a lot of skirts, and I have 0 tops to wear with them. I mean, I now have a whole bunch of t-shirts that I've made. That was very successful last year, but I don't want to just wear t-shirts with those kind of things. I want more woven tops to wear with them. So that's the kind of thinking behind these collections, is that I'll end up with a more rounded wardrobe of stuff that goes together. That's the theory. Anyway, that's enough waffle. Let me show you the fabrics that I've picked out for this year and you can let me know what you think. The first fabric I have is this teal or turquoise boiled wool from Stitch Fabrics. I have 3.5 meters of it and I'm planning on making the Vogue 9037 view C, which is the slightly longer one. It is an unlined pattern, but I am going to deviate from that. I'm going to add a hem facing and a lining to this because I would really like it to be lined. It's just a personal preference of mine. I find those kind of coats much easier to get on and off when they have slippery linings in them. I probably won't be starting this project till around about April or May, and it might seem mad to be making a wool coat in April or May, but I do live in the UK and we do wear our coats right through until July and sometimes even in August. It will be a useful coat for me to have. Wilson got me this fabric as a present for Christmas, so I would like to get it made up this year. So this is fabric number 1 and I'm pretty much set on the Vogue 9037 with it. I think it's going to look really, really cool. That fabric has definitely set the tone for the rest of the fabrics that I've picked for this collection. The next one we have is this Lady McElroy cotton lawn called Hydrangea Story. It's pinks, blues, purples, whites with a little bit of green thrown in there. I have 5 meters of this. I'm not sure what pattern I'm going to make with this yet, but I do know I want it to be a strappy sundress with a tiered skirt. I'm sure I've got a pattern in my wardrobe that is going to be perfect for it. If I haven't, then I'm sure I can smoosh a couple of patterns together to make this into the perfect summer dress. This fabric was a gift from the very lovely Jennifer for my birthday last year from Sherwood Fabrics. She gave me a voucher and this is the fabric that I chose to buy with her voucher. I'm really looking forward to getting this one made up, and I really want to get it made up and then go and photograph it in the Hydrangea dell at Ventnor Botanical Gardens because I think that's going to look really, really cool. They do this in other colorways. and I'm tempted. I'm very tempted. Next up is another Lady McElroy cotton lawn. This time it's Flamingo Paradise, which was a birthday present from the very lovely Nancy via Lamazzi Fabrics. I believe this one was on sale, and again I have 5 meters of this one. I'm super tempted to make an Vogue 8577 with this. I know I have a lot of them, but it really works for me. I love that pattern. It works with this particular type of fabric really well. I end up with some leftovers from a 5 meter cut, although this is a directional print, so I might not this time, but I do end up with leftovers, which means I can make like a short waisted tie front shirt out of the sleeveless probably, but I can usually sort of squeak that out of one of these as well if I make an 8577 from it. So I am really tempted to use this fabric with that pattern because I just love the combination. But again, let me know what you think in the description down below. So fabric number 4 is some turquoise needle cord that I got from Higgs and Higgs at one of the shows quite a while ago. I had bought this with the intention of making the McCall 6696, a sleeveless version to be worn with kind of things underneath it in the autumn months, because this is one of my favourite colours. But when I was putting this collection together, I thought this would work really well with it, and I was thinking the Lander pants would look really cool in this fabric. Possibly the Decades of Style Empire waist trousers in this. I'm working on those patterns currently. I'm not sure which one is going to end up being my favourite, but this is going to be some form of trousers, which would look really cool. There's a little Chiana tail. Which would look really cool with a shirt made with the leftovers of this, and also the leftovers from this. Do you see where I'm going with this? So next up I have this Viscose that I got from the textile centre. I think I might have 3 meters of this one. It's got this slight texture to it, which hopefully you'll be able to see in the close-ups. I love this and I think it's really beautiful. I have a 1 meter cut of a pinky kind of fabric down in my stash downstairs, and I'm thinking of making the Butterick 6380 with this as the skirt and midriff, and then that smaller cut of fabric as the bodice and the sleeves. I think that would look beautiful. I might have a bit, I can't remember how much of this I bought. It's either 3 meters or 5. It's quite possibly 5. It was in the sale, and I do tend to buy 5 meters when I'm buying from the textile centre. I think this is gorgeous. If I have 5 meters of it, I would like a skirt out of this as well to hopefully go again with the shirts that I'm planning and making with the cotton lawn if I have enough of those left over. This would also work really well with my parrot loop-in jacket that I don't wear very often because everything I make is in print. So I really like the idea of a dress or at least a skirt out of this fabric to pair with some of the other louder prints that I have in my wardrobe already made up. Next up is another fabric that I got from the textile centre quite a while ago. This is a chiffon and it's really pretty. It has like a metallic thread going through it. I don't think I'm showing you just one layer there. Hang on, there we go. So yeah, it's a very sheer chiffon with a metallic thread running through it, and then this kind of beautiful floral print all over it in pinks, purples, and there's even some kind of like really dark pink, almost reddy kind of colour in there. I'm kind of cheating. I have some lining fabric for this as well. I have 10 meters of this, and this is always intended to be the Simplicity 8013. I hope I've got that number right. I absolutely love that pattern, and I think this fabric for that pattern would be gorgeous. I'm thinking I'm probably going to end up making the shorter version rather than the maxi version, because I think it would just be a little bit more wearable. But this is wearable muslin fodder for some absolutely beautiful viscose that I was sent from Australia, which is going to be a maxi version of that dress, because just stunning. Yeah, this was always intended to be a wearable muslin for that, but I think I might make this one into the shorter version because I think it would just be a little bit more flexible in my wardrobe that way, which means that I'm going to have enough fabric left over to make skirts and tops as well, so there could be quite a lot of this featured in the collection. Now there's very definitely a theme of where did you get these fabrics from running through this. This is another chiffon from the textile centre. It's really pretty. It's got pink butterflies and then kind of sagey green leaves all over it. I have 5 meters of this. I'm planning on making the Butterick 6380 with this. I want to make the long bishop sleeves that I like to add onto it, and they're going to be sheer. They're not going to have any backing on them. Then I'm going to don't mind me cheating. I'm going to interline the bodice and then line the bodice as well, and then I want to have a couple of layers in the skirt. I think that would look really, really pretty. This is a polyester fabric, so it's not going to be something that I'm going to want to wear in the height of summer, but I do think a longer sleeved dress for wearing in the sort of spring months is going to be really versatile, and I think this is a really beautiful print, is what I'm intending to make with that one. Next we have a quilting cotton from Michael Miller. I think it's called, this one's called Bed of Roses. I absolutely love this print. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. To me they kind of look a bit more peony than they do roses, but they are beautiful. As I say, this is a quilting cotton, so I am planning on doing something like the Vogue 9357, although I have admitted defeat with that bodice. I cannot get it to fit me the way I want it to fit me. So I love the skirt, absolutely love the skirt, but the bodice I'm going to admit defeat with that one and walk away. I have found a couple of other bodices that are similar and give the similar sort of effect, so I'm going to play around with those. I have quite a lot of this fabric, so I'm hoping I'm going to be able to get a little tie fronted shirt out of this one as well, because this one's bringing in some of the purpley colours that you can see here, which I really like and will tie in really well with my final fabric, which is this purple, and I promise it's a royal purple. It's coming up very blue on screen, but it's a purple triple crepe. I think I got this from Sew Over It. I think it's a very heavyweight crepe, so it's going to be some trousers. I have quite a lot of it, and I'm thinking it's going to be the Decades of Style Empire waist trousers, because I have a feel if I can get them to fit me the way that I want them to, I have a feeling I'm going to love that pattern. But I love the idea of wearing these trousers with a little tie front shirt made from this. I think that's going to be really pretty. I think the two cotton lawns that I showed you at the beginning, that's going to work in really well with these. I think that some of the other solid colours that I have are going to work really well with this. I think overall that's a fairly well-rounded collection. So the idea is that I want to spend a month, which will probably be May or June, working on this collection. So this is basically my fabric haul for either May or June coming up this year. I kind of want to spend a month working on this collection and making all of these things. That way I think I might actually get my Make 9 completely ticked off this year. I think I've cracked it. I think I've found a way to make it work for me. What do you guys think? This is why I said that I have 18 fabrics that are a possibility, because I got so carried away with this that I picked another kind of colourway and fabric and then built a collection around that as well, and I was going to show you it all in one go, and I was just like, no, let's try and aim sort of at something that is actually achievable. There's no reason why I won't get the other collection done, and I will obviously show you the fabrics for that one when I get around to it, but I'm excited about this one. So Very Lovely Romy has put together a challenge called Sew Prints 2021. It's kind of like a sewing bingo, and there is a giant version and then there's a condensed version. Now I'm going to go for the giant version, and it's got things like spots, animal, ditzy, geometric, plain, space, hearts, nautical, stripes, rainbow, monochrome, novelty. You get the picture. This is the big one. The smaller one has only got 9 to pick from. The big one has a few more. Yeah, I'm planning on trying to do that for my sewing bingo this year. It was really fun when I was doing my kind of reflections roundup video to have things to tick off that weren't just like, oh, I've only made 2 of my Make 9 and that was a massive fail. My resolutions and the sewing bingo that I attempted last year, it was nice to have something to be like, yeah, I did this, I did this. These are all a success. So I thought I would give the Sew Prints, let's make sure I'm getting that right. The hashtag is Sew Prints 2021. It's romy.kate, and I'll list her in the description box down below if you guys want to go and have a look and see what you think. I mean, a few of these are going to be able to be ticked off of that sewing bingo right from the get-go, which is awesome. That's my 2021 Make 9 and sewing bingo plans. What do you guys think? Do you think I'm going to be able to do it this year? Do you think I will be able to tick off all 9 things? I think I can. I think I've cracked it. I think I've gotten a solution, or like a formula here that will be successful. I mean, I'm going to be watching this video again in sort of like December of 2021 just going, no. Or, yay, I did it for the first time ever. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Which fabric are you looking forward to seeing sewn up the most? I would be interested to hear what you think, and if you have any different ideas for patterns for me, let me know. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet, please subscribe, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye!